Welcome back. This is the second part of making a Dollar Tree haunted mirror. In the first video, I showed you how to take a plastic tray and turn it into a basic haunted mirror with a skeleton coming through the glass. In this video, we will be adding to the basic mirror and we will show you some ideas you can use or maybe inspire you to change it up and make it your own. If you like this content, please think about giving Mrs. Trashy and me a like or possibly subscribing. And with that, let's get started. The missus decided she wanted a leg coming through the mirror, so she grabbed the skeleton that I had already cut in half, then showed me where she wanted it cut. So I grabbed my PVC cutters and cut the leg at the length she had asked. Then I glued it to the mirror, in the wanted position she showed me. Since I was gluing, I added some extra glue at the spine, then added some wavy glue lines at the broken arm to help give the mirror the appearance of a liquid state around the arm. With flowers from the Dollar Tree, Mrs. Trashy started her design. She had a brilliant idea to take the small garland skeletons from the Dollar Tree and make them look as if they were pulling the larger skeleton out of the mirror. After explaining to me what she wanted and how she wanted them to look, she started to attach the flowers she wanted to the mirror. I took the twine off of them and used my heat gun to melt and bend them into the correct positions. If you choose to reshape the miniature skeletons with a heat gun or any other heat source, be careful as not to burn yourself. Because they are so small, it did not take much to overheat them. When I was heating the legs, I did overheat it, the plastic, and did slightly burn myself. Mrs. Trashy described how all three mini skeletons should look. So the first was to be on his knees, pulling at the foot of the large skeleton. The second was to be pulling on the large skeleton's outstretched arm, and the last mini skeleton was to be pulling on the arm that was still stuck inside the mirror. So I heated and shaped to the best of my understanding, and then she took over for a final placement, and I moved to a project that I hope soon to share. Now that the mini skeletons were the correct shape, she had to attach them. The one by the foot had to be attached at both knees and its hands. The one on the outstretched arm needed to be attached at its hands and feet. Before she attached the last mini skeleton, she decided to go ahead and get her design for the mirror done. Next, she chose to add flowers in the opposite top corner of the flowers she had already placed. Then decided to add a small skull, which also came from the Dollar Tree, in the center. Just like Mrs. Trashy, you should try different ideas out. Here she is playing with the ideas for what she wanted the bottom flowers to look like. Giving herself time to think about what the flowers should be, she went ahead and attached the last mini skeleton in its position. This mini needed to be attached at both feet and at both hands. Now that all three mini skeletons were now done, she moved to the mirror frame and attached the small bones also found from the Dollar Tree. This was to give the frame just something a little extra. Remember, none of these steps are necessary, and you should add what you think looks good. Still not sure what she wanted to do with the flowers on the bottom, she decided to place a Jolly Roger in the corner by the flowers. Finally, she chose a small eyeball to go inside the flowers and finished her design. One last bone and it is ready for the small art easel you can find in the craft aisle at the Dollar Tree. using hot glue to attach the easel at the top and the bottom, placing it on the back of the tray. Once cooled, you're done. The mirror can now be displayed standing or hanging on the wall. Here are a couple of angles of how our mirror turned out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section and I will do my best to help you create your own haunted mirror.
Please like and subscribe.